This video is for the campers and RVers out there. Unfortunately, if you're a hiker, this video isn't for you. Now we've all seen me do, hey buddy. Now we've all seen me do videos on water filtration, things like this Sawyer Mini water filter. This thing can do up to 100,000 gallons when you're out at a creek or a lake or just anything with fresh water. But we're not talking about hiking supplies today. We're talking about something more aimed at camping and RVers, people that have more space and aren't afraid to carry a little bit more weight. Now this is a mass water filtration unit from Membrane Solutions, and let's get into it. And I'm back in the lab because it is 150 degrees outside and I don't really feel like cooking. Hey everybody, welcome back to Beastmode Camping. I'm Tony and today we're talking about the Membrane Solutions mass water filtration. Don't you just love that sound? And it claims to purify everything, including viruses. So let's see what we've got inside the box here. So this is gonna be the top canister. You can see by the holes we've got up under there. It's gonna be a gravity filter. The water's basically gonna filter from here down to the bottom. It's got a stand we can put this thing up on. In fact, let's go ahead and slap that together. It is battery operated. We'll get to this in a little bit, but it's either battery or cord operated. So if you're in an RV, you can bring it with you. If you've got some batteries, if you're out camping, you can still bring it with you. Little plug and some documentation. Now, a lot of the smaller ones, I've told you in the past, they will do bacteria, but a lot of them, not all of them, can't do viruses. Now this is what makes this able to do viruses. Now this has a UV light in it, and it's gonna be able to get the rest of that bacteria or viruses if there's anything remaining after it gets through the pre-filters. Now I gotta say, this thing feels heavy duty. Along with the stainless design here, this thing feels like it's gotta weigh 3 or 4 pounds just by itself. In fact, I may wanna put it on a scale just to see, because this feels like quality engineering. And this on-off valve here is just super smooth. And it's got the spot for the power right here. But let's put it together and check it out. So these are the carbon filters, and they do need to be primed, which means you take this piece right here, you're gonna plug it into this end, and that just makes a little plug so that when you put it under the faucet, it adds a little bit of pressure so that water's not just going everywhere and it's actually going into the hole. So these will go into here upside down, and it comes with 3 of these filters, so it shouldn't take a whole lot of time to filter down this water. And this looks to be about, what's that, 3 gallons? Not bad. And make sure you get these on here tight. It does have a rubber gasket in there, so it'll keep the water from leaking. And if you wait until the end, I'm gonna show you what else you can use these for that might just save you a little bank. So again, I'm just putting this together right now, but you do need to prime these and it'll clean off. It does have it feels like there's, carbon and stuff on the outside. It'll expunge a lot of that as well. And once you've got them all in there, it looks similar to that. Basically 3 carbon filters. And then you've got this rubber ring that's gonna go in the bottom of this can and fit about like so. The thing's taller than my screen now. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is go ahead and put on the valve. Now you can use this with or without the electric bit. You're just gonna have slightly less ability to filter out things like viruses if they're in the area. Now if I had one critique, the only thing I would say so far is add a longer cord to this. I mean, this is only, well, I guess if you're in an RV, it's probably gonna be on a counter, which is probably gonna be pretty close to a plug. So not bad, but that's only a 2-foot cord. In case you don't have an RV and you go camping, it does have a battery pack, but you do have to bring your own batteries. But here in the labs, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these power packs to power this, since I'm not going over there to that wall. Let's see. Okay, I saw a blue light just flash just for a second. So unfortunately, the power pack that I chose does not have 6 watts. I think this one's 5 or 4. Just make sure to test before you go out on your excursion. After verifying this power pack, it actually had 18 watts on its lowest setting, and it goes all the way up to 100. So I'm not exactly sure why it wouldn't work, but plugging it in definitely did. So you do have to have 6 watts in order to run the UV filter. The first time I used this, I was actually surprised at just how fast it cleans it. I should have done a better job at priming. On a quick correction, it's 2.25 gallons. I did end up plugging it into the wall, and voila. As soon as it sees the proper volume of water flowing, it comes on, and then it immediately shuts off. Now I will say 2 things about this. Feels like solid construction, stainless steel design. This I can't talk enough about. It just feels like a great piece of machinery, and obviously electronics right in your hand. So again, if you're an RVer or a camper and need a lot of water, I'd probably choose something like this. Now, let's talk about the downsides of it. It's not a thermos. Does the bottom have? No, it's not a thermos. So if you are leaving it out in the sun, I'd definitely choose a shadier place, maybe in your tent or someplace that's gonna not get a lot of sunlight, because I am afraid this will heat up your water. It's not a problem if you've got a lot of ice, but personally I don't like drinking hot water. So just be aware of that. I do think a product improvement for this could be a nice thermos or something on the bottom, something that's gonna retain the kind of cool or keep it cooler, because if this is left out in the sun, I'm afraid you're gonna be drinking some hot water. But if your choice is clean water or no water, I'm gonna go with clean water every day. So again, if you're looking for massive amounts of water and want something to bring on your next trip, you may want to look at membrane solutions, and I think they're pretty cost effective too. Now I told you before we started that I was going to tell you something else we could use this thing for. Now they probably don't want you to know this, but you can also use these to filter your vodka. I think in most whiskeys as well. But the difference between a garbage vodka and a great vodka is really just the filtration process. So if you want a bit smoother taste, run it through a nice carbon filter. Run it through a few times and you've got yourself top shelf. But you're probably gonna have to reserve something like this for the parties. Now if you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing's free. And there's also a paid membership if you'd like to support my work. And until next week, stay hydrated. If you like this type of content, make sure you check out our YouTube channel where we have hundreds of videos just like this. If you want to see our newest adventures, be sure to click the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss another video.